Hey everybody, and welcome back to I Do Everyday Automation, where we talk about automation projects to make your home smarter and life easier. On today's episode, we will finally review the Homewerks Bluetooth speaker and exhaust fan, which we have in this box right here. We're not going to do a conventional unboxing with this because the box is pretty big and you all pretty much know what an exhaust fan looks like. So we'll get straight to the nuts and bolts. So I'm going to show you guys what we'll be swapping it out and what we'll be swapping it out for. And we'll cover a few of the basic functions and features of the device. It has a real unique way to get it set up as far as turning on the Bluetooth, so we'll cover that. And then I'll show you guys a solution probably in another episode of how I get around that. So stay tuned and we'll go ahead and kick this off. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy cracked open real quick. Sorry, partially open. So this grill and fan is actually much larger, but I mean, it's gonna be pretty straightforward to wire it. The most of the challenge that we're gonna have is cutting this guy to match what's existing up there. But I mean, you got your neutral, your ground, and your power. That's pretty much all you need. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we're gonna put it. All right, so here we have our existing vent, and we're gonna swap this one out with the Homewerks Bluetooth one. Now, like I mentioned earlier, there's a couple of quirks with the Homewerks. You have to actually switch it on, then off, then on to enable Bluetooth. But we'll show you that here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and break this one out. We're gonna have to cut out a piece because the Homewerks vent is a little larger. So we're gonna have to cut out a piece of the sheetrock to actually make it fit inside there. So just a quick disclaimer, hopefully everyone knows that they need to actually turn off the circuit breaker that powers on the fan. So now that that's off, we can actually go into the attic and get started. Okay, so we did find the vent. That little gray metal piece you see there, that's some type of retention clip. As you can see, the box is actually wired from the bottom. So what we're gonna do is go back down to the bottom, unwire it, and see what kind of brackets are at the bottom. And then we should be able to just pull it out and take this exhaust fan off. Then we need to get the new one mocked up to see how it'll fit and see how we're gonna mount it. All right, so let's see what kind of a view we have from down here. And it may be a little cliche, but I always wear a hat and safety glasses, especially when I'm working overhead. I was told by an older gentleman back during my construction days that I would regret it if something fell in my eyes or hit me on the head. And funny enough, that same day we were working in the attic and I actually hit my head on a roofing nail and started to bleed. So I did take that to heart. And ever since, I wear my personal protection equipment. There we go. So you can see the wires are just twisted on with a wire nut. Nothing real extravagant. So we'll get these pulled out. Looks like there's a bar here for that clip as well, so we'll have to take it out at the top. It should pull straight out, and then from there, take the exhaust hose off. And from what we saw when we were up there, it looks like we're gonna have to cut this way to make the hole bigger for the new vent. And of course, we won't need the wire nuts with the new vent because it has the system where you just push the wires in place and they hold them tight, so that's pretty cool. We won't have to cut anything and we won't have to really worry about the wire nuts anymore past this. Believe it or not, we are halfway done.
Alright, so I sped this up a little bit so you guys could see me install the exhaust vent. I made a stop by Home Depot and grabbed a couple of pieces that we needed to finish this off. We're going to go ahead and widen this hole. We're going to go ahead and put the exhaust vent in place so we can actually mock it up. I actually went ahead and got a metal strap from Home Depot as well. If you look north of the exhaust vent, we have our water lines in the way, and I didn't want to hit that. So I didn't put the side rails that came with the exhaust speaker, or that comes with most of these guys. I went ahead and took the metal plate that was on the existing exhaust vent and flattened it to give me a little bit of integral support on the back side. And I just went ahead and took a razor knife and just kind of etched around the exhaust vent, and that's what I'm doing right now, is just basically cutting this away so the exhaust vent will fit into place. And just fine tuning it a little bit, scoring out a little bit more around it, and cutting out a little bit more sheetrock until we get it fine tuned down about where we want it. I'm gonna make a couple more passes at this. And sorry for the change in audio again. I actually recorded the audio when I was in the attic doing this, but the mic was not on, so none of the audio recorded. So I'm just going to do a quick little voiceover and narrate what I'm doing right now. So now I got the drill, a couple of sheet metal screws, and we're going to go ahead and drill 2 screws into the side of the exhaust vent first. And then we're just going to take that metal strap I got and strap it across the beam behind us. And this just kind of takes place a little bit out of frame. And see, now I have the strap attached. Alright, so now that the hole's pretty much ready, go ahead and fit this in place. Score out a little bit more just so it slides in a little easier. I think I made a couple more passes. Just clean it up a little bit with the sheetrock knife. And there we go. Now it fits, so I went ahead and bent this clip. And now, bent the strap, and now that the strap's ready, we just pull it tight and screw it into place. And now I'm just going to go ahead and hardwire it. And I'm going to clean all of this up off camera. I just wanted to get everything hooked up and test it out. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't want to see the boring details of me cutting this little metal strap and tying the wires all together inside the actual vent. Alright, so here's what we ended up with. Nice clean hole, speaker fits well. It's not offset. So now we just have to connect these 2 cables. And this is actually, the vent fits well. This is the speaker right here. So you screw that on there. And once we get the clips in place, we'll be ready to test the Bluetooth. Well, first let's make sure the fan works. There's the fan. Alright, so let's put the clips in, get everything all buttoned up, and then we can start testing everything else. Voila! Nice snug fit. Personally, to me, it looks a little more attractive than the existing one.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and set up the Bluetooth.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys these instructions real quick. It's real simple. So you flip the switch on once for Bluetooth, you flip it off and on for fan and Bluetooth, and then you just flip it off to turn the fan and Bluetooth off. So I mean, it's a little, like I said, convoluted, but what I plan to do is put a smart switch in, and I want to see if I can actually configure it to where it'll turn off and on fast enough. I know usually with these switches there's a little bit of a delay, so I want to see how quick I can get it to turn off and on, and that way I may be able to get the fan and the Bluetooth to both come on and get everything working just the way we want to do it. So that'll come in the next video. For right now, we're going to go ahead and sync it and see how it sounds. Alright, let's see how easy this is to pair with the Amazon Echo. Alright, so now we put the speaker in pairing mode. Alright, we select Homewerks. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and give it a test. Echo, what's the weather in Atlanta, Georgia?
Right now in Atlanta, Georgia, it's 57 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has clouds with a low of 40 degrees.
So I went ahead and just picked Atlanta because that's where the Super Bowl is. But now for a little bit of housekeeping on this project. So just to give you guys a little bit more background, I've actually had this speaker for a little over 2 years. So there are newer models than the one that I installed. I had it in the last house and I just didn't install it, but with the YouTube channel, I figured now would be a great time to put it in. There are, like I said, newer models, and other manufacturers have gotten on board and started making some similar devices. I really more so wanted this in the bathroom just because I didn't want to put an actual Amazon Echo in here and have it, damaged or, get corroded by water or moisture. So that's why I didn't go that route. But an Echo Dot I feel like would be a little too small and not as clear. So that was the purpose for that. I may upgrade the audio driver in here to something a little bit more robust for better sound down the line. If I do, I'll do a video on that. But I just want to give you guys a heads up on that. So this exact model I'm not going to post because there are other models. I may post links to other models in the video that are more new and more current. So just let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this first video of the Bluetooth exhaust fan. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned something. If you got any questions or comments about the device, go ahead and send me a question down in the comments below or get at me on social media. Other than that, I'll see you guys in part 2. Thanks.